In 1930, Max Horkheimer took over the directorship of the Institute for Social Research in Frankfurt, Germany. And this really begins the period of what we come to call the Frankfurt School, or Frankfurt School critical theory, which was an interdisciplinary intellectual movement that drew on philosophy and sociology and psychology and economics, and several other disciplines, out of the conviction that this was the only way that the sort of questions or the crises of the day could be properly addressed. And we associate the Frankfurt School with figures both in and out of the Institute for Social Research. So people like Max Horkheimer and Theodor Adorno, people like Erich Fromm and Friedrich Pollock, but also figures like Walter Benjamin and many others.
So in this class we're going to be focusing on the writings of Horkheimer, Adorno, and Benjamin. And in particular we're going to be reading a text co-authored by Horkheimer and Adorno from 1944 called The Dialectic of Enlightenment. The Enlightenment is this notion from the 17th and 18th century in Europe, which basically claims that if we could just get beyond superstition and myth and religion, that we're going to be able to use our human reason and rational capacities to master ourselves, to master nature, and to be able to create this rationally ordered, perfectly just, peaceful society. So the question that Adorno and Horkheimer were faced with, writing in 1944, is how is it that we get from these Enlightenment ideas, Enlightenment values, to totalitarianism, to the Holocaust, to the atom bomb?
And the interesting thing about Adorno and Horkheimer's critique is it doesn't focus on fascism and Stalinism as sort of epiphenomenon of the Enlightenment, but rather looks at key aspects of the modern condition, things like the advancement of science, things like mass culture and what they call the culture industry, the atomization of the individual, all kinds of phenomenon that we can associate with our society today as being a key part of the unfolding of this dialectic of enlightenment that ends in such horror. So in this class, we're going to be interrogating not only these texts in the context of their history, but how they play out read today.